to the Complete Guide to Organic Gardening, where you can learn to build and maintain an organic garden of any size that's easy, inexpensive, and free from weeds, pests, and disease. This is how you navigate the course. If you move your cursor down on the lower left-hand corner, you'll have arrows, left and right. You can also click on the screen. So if you click on the screen, it advances to the next slide. The table of contents has all the links that lead to all the sections. So the main topics are in bold, and all the sections for each topic are hyperlinks in the right here. And as you click on these links, it'll lead you to that section. Once you get to that section, there's more information, and you can always go back to the table of contents by clicking on the lower right down here. You can click here, and then there's also a video that will lead you to the YouTube video that's associated with this section. Or if you click on this section and you advance to the next slide, the video will be on that section as well. You can also click the number to go to slide 3, which is a table of contents. Let's talk about the parts list and garden layout. The garden layout charts, by clicking this, will lead you to the charts. There will be more templates later, but how it's laid out is there's 2 wind strip trays on this first page. The second page is 2 wind strip trays. This is your garden layout. 4 rows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're 20 feet long, and they're in 1-foot sections, 3 by 20 each row. Print this out, and you'll put it on a clipboard and grab a pencil. Before you plant the seeds, you'll kind of think about what kind of seeds should I plant. Here's one way to do it. This row to be all strawberries. So you might put strawberry and then 1. So put a line just indicating that this whole row will be strawberries. Or it can be beans in these 3 cells. So 1, 2, 3. And you'll put a number 2 to indicate that this is the number 2 section. I forgot to put the number, but you put like a number here. Then maybe you want carrots in these 3 cells. And then again, you could just do the same thing here, like oregano. You can also put 1 type of seed per cell, like this. But you might want to put 4, 5, 6 to indicate individual plants, so you'll know where they go. This way right here is if you're just going to plant it once, and that's about it. But if you're going to do succession planting, like you plant the same thing per week, here I'll put a number, but then a couple dashes, and then the date that I planted those. So this would be like the 1st of March to the 5th of March. But then the next week, a different number, and the 8th, the 12th of March. So then every week you can harvest on the week of March 1st to the 5th, you can harvest all this when it's ready. And then the next week you can harvest all this. So every week you'll have a perpetual supply of vegetables. And how these numbers correlate with the layout of the garden. So here's your numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can number them however you want. And these are, by the way, the larger wind strip trays here. You can lay it out however you want. You can have this row be all 1s, or you could put number 1 here, and then just put a line that these 6 plots in your garden will be designated to number 1, which is strawberries here by this number. You could also just draw a line to these three sections in the garden will be the bean at number 2. You'll have everything laid out beforehand and as you go. So that's how you use the organizational charts to plan your seeds and where the seeds will go in your garden. Clicking on the parts list, it'll lead you to the garden part list. And how it's organized is on the bottom it has tabs, which are the same as on the table of contents, these main bold points. So pesticides, fertilizers, seeds, soil. So pesticides, fertilizers, so it's the same. And if you click on each, it'll give you all the products and links that are associated with that topic. So for the water, here's all the water products. And how it's organized is by product name, and then the link that will, when you click on the link, then you got to click on the link that shows up in that pop-up. that'll lead you to where that product is, the price for each individual unit, and how many you need. And then this total will multiply the price and the quantity. There's also a total down below here. Also, for the reference numbers, go to the water section, which is this part right here, assembling the parts of the automated water system. You'll have the products, but you'll have numbers, like 1, 2, 3. So number 1, let's go to the filtration section on the water. So go to water, and then filtration, and then number 1. This is that product. The numbers, the step-by-step numbers that are up here, coincide with these numbers here. So this number 1 is this number 1 here. This number 2 is this number 2. So these are the same numbers as this. So this gives you more detailed information that connects to the image that you see above here.